So, I'm recording this video in my closet with the door closed because my family is not the most understanding about my emotional attachment to TV shows and fictional characters, and I'm afraid if they hear me and they hear this, they're gonna make fun of me. Especially because I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to get through this without crying. So, anyway, tonight is the very last episode of Arrow. And the only thing that I can really say is that I'm not ready to say goodbye. I wasn't ready last spring when when it was announced that this season would be the last season. I wasn't ready 4 months ago when it started, and I'm certainly not ready now. It's become such a huge part of my life over the last 2 years, and I'm really not sure what I'm gonna do when it's gone. I started watching it, like I said, 2 years ago. My mom brought home the first season from the library where she works, and I don't remember why. I don't remember if I asked her to, or if she just thought it was something that I might be interested in. But she brought it home, and I watched it, and I immediately knew that this was going to be a huge thing for me. It actually came into. I actually started watching it at a really, really difficult time in my life. I had just been diagnosed by a therapist. I'd seen a therapist for the first time, and I'd been officially diagnosed with depression and generalized anxiety disorder. Which was also when they were at their most severe. I started showing symptoms when I was 12, but I was 19 at the time. So they'd gone undiagnosed and untreated for 7 years. And when I started watching Arrow, started watching the show, whether it was intentional or not, whether it was in the writing or it was just in the way the character was played on screen, Oliver is heavily coded as having depression. And so to see him kind of struggling with the same things that I struggle with and coming out of it stronger and eventually being able to find hope and happiness and peace, gives me hope that maybe one day I will too. And it sounds insane, and it probably sounds like I'm exaggerating, but it has saved my life on multiple occasions. Because there were a couple times when things got really bad, and I would lie in my bed at night, and I would think about how easy it would be to purposely take too much of the bottle of ibuprofen I keep in my medicine cabinet, or take some of my dad's pills and just, end it all. And the thing that prevented that from being more than just a vague thought was the reminder that if I did that, if I ended it all, I would never get to see another episode of Arrow, and I'd never find out what happened next. So, very, very significant way, it kept me alive for a while. It was what I know. I was keeping myself. I was living to see the next episode and to find out what happened next. And not only that, but it gave me something else too. I found a role model in Felicity, which was the last thing that I expected to happen. But before she came along, there had never been a female character in a comic adaptation that I related to so much, who reminded me so much of myself. So she really gave me a way to put myself in the story, because I recognize myself in her fear of abandonment and in her struggle to be, to be good enough to be enough, to feel like she was enough for people. And there was that, but then she also was kind of just everything that I wanted to be. She's tough and she's strong and she's just so incredibly talented and smart and accomplished, and she's just everything that I wanted to be. So I found a role model in her, and which I'm immensely, it's the last thing I ever expected to happen, but I'm immensely grateful for it. I really needed it, I think, because I still do feel kind of lost and like I don't know what my purpose is or what I should do with my life, but I keep, I wake up every day and I think to my, I think about being a little bit like Felicity, just every day, just living my life with that goal in mind. So that's another reason why Arrow has come to be so important to me. And it's given me so much creative inspiration. I've written so many fics. So many. Just, I think I'm at 100 something posted fics on Archive, and about 60 of those are Arrow fics. So you can kind of see that obviously there's something in there that's just, it kindled my inspiration in a way that few things ever have. And just another thing that it gave me is I came to a point in the last 2 years where I started thinking, maybe I wanted to start dating, which is difficult just in general, but especially for me, this introvert with social anxiety who's, dating as a member of the LGBT community is just, it's hard. Like, dating while you're straight is hard, but dating, when you're not is even harder, because it's like, especially since I live in a small town in Alaska and there aren't a lot of other people like me just around, most of them live, like, the closest city to me is an hour's drive away, and I don't have my license or a car, so I'm getting off topic, but anyway, I started thinking about that I should start dating, and that was another thing that I got from Arrow, is that it kind of showed me what I should want in a relationship, what I should look for, because Oliver and Felicity's relationship obviously is just, they have done such a good job. It's so incredibly healthy, and it's just so good, and it's because they support each other, and it's based on mutual trust and respect, and they work at it. And so that's what I keep in mind. Like, those are the things I should want out of a relationship. I should want to be with someone who respects me and wants to be with me, like all of my issues and everything else, and not some person that they think I am that I'm not. So that's, and I just yeah. This is like a super lame way to finish this all up, but basically tonight is the very last episode, and I just want to thank everybody who was involved, the cast, the writers. You guys are all amazing, and you've given me this incredible show that has meant so much, and it's given me so much, and I will always be grateful. I don't know what I'm going to do after tonight. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's always going to be there for me. And it's what it's meant to me it will always mean what it's come to mean to me, and I will always have it in my heart. And I just want to thank you so much, because for giving me this, and for letting me be part of it, for letting me witness Oliver's journey for the last 8 seasons. So, thank you. Thank you so much, Arrow, and goodbye.